Hi all, this is Jan from the Jan Files. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't. I started this channel out when I looked at the big beautiful bill and felt like I needed to go through it to really understand what was at stake. And that I did that. And I posted several videos on the different aspects of the big beautiful bill, which was nothing but a big ugly bill. And so today I'm going to go a little bit backwards in terms of what I've been talking about. I've been focused on Epstein and other things, Ezra Klein. By the way, I will go back to Epstein. But right now, the lying by the GOP, by Mike Johnson, who is a consummate liar, by the way. He is, I don't want to say brilliant at lying, but it's kind of like that. Right? He can just take any subject and find a way to lie about it. The one he's found a way to lie about is what the Democrats proposed in their CR, which stands for Continuing Resolution. And understand, too, that this continuing resolution that, they both parties have voted on only extends this appropriation bill and the budget and all that stuff until November. They wanted to go through the end of November. Democrats wanted to just go through the end of October. In other words, they're trying to extend the time that they get to vote and make this work. I have very, very little hope that at any point that they're going to make this work. They're going to have to at some point. But it's the ridiculousness of this coming from the Republicans is more than I can bear. So as I have before, here is the Democratic CR resolution. And I didn't print out the Republican one, but I took a look at it and understood through doing some research, basically, and the basic parts of this, it's just really literally a continuing resolution on what they've already approved in the big beautiful bill and the big ugly bill, and that the Republicans just want to keep going with that. They've added some millions of dollars to it, close to $200 million to it, to prop up security for Congress, for the Supreme Court, for the federal government, et cetera, et cetera. But basically, it's just a moving forward with what the devastation they've already done. So this is the Democratic one, and I went through it. And there's a couple of easy ways to go through this if you haven't done it. One of them is if you believe that the Democrats are proposing to provide health care for undocumented immigrants, you can go and search by words: alien, undocumented, immigrants, legal residents, things like that. And you will find that there's zero in here that says anything about the giving illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, healthcare. Zero. There is not one word in this that says that. So for those of you who say, oh, yes, it does, you know what? There's actually an easy way to check. You can go on to, as it says here, where am I? Over here, congress.gov. You can look up, it's CR resolution, it's S.2882. And you can see for yourself, there is zero in here about providing health care for undocumented immigrants. It doesn't exist. That is not anything having to do with what they're proposing. What they are proposing is that those cuts that the Republicans put in place to people who are getting their health insurance through the marketplace, through the ACA marketplace, which is millions and millions of Americans now. is they've asked that they not cut the subsidies that have been in place for years, since I think about 2020. There was an enhancement to help people pay for their insurance that was done during the pandemic. It was then continued on until the Republicans said, we're going to cut that. We're going to make Americans pay, I see 75%. I also see far more often 300 to 400 percent more on their premiums. That means, the estimate is that 15 million Americans will lose their health insurance because they can't afford it. Period. That's it. That's the very main reason that the Democrats said, no, we're not going to accept this. We're not going to allow you to cut this level of health care from Americans. Has nothing to do with undocumented immigrants. And if they say that, they're lying through their teeth. And I hope to God we finally get some people in the media, in the major media, the mainstream media, whatever. For the moment, that's what they are, though I doubt that will last much longer, who ask real questions, who can do what I did and say, no, it's nonsense. Stop lying. To stop having Mike Johnson on the air and say, let me ask you a question, and allowing him to lie. And then just saying, okay, thank you for coming. Even when they push back, they don't follow up. It's pathetic. So anyway, folks, it's absolutely a lie. A broad-faced, big-ass lie that Mike Johnson and his troops are saying. Okay? And my one last note here is that for those of them, I saw Ted Cruz and somebody else say, well, you know what? I've asked them to hold my pay. Okay, first of all, most of these dudes are millionaires. Secondly, so that's meaningless. But hold your pay? You're not working. Why should you get paid, period? I'm sorry. Nobody forced you not to work, okay? You are not working. Why should you get your check? You shouldn't. Why don't you start feeling the pain? And even then, probably not paying most of these guys because they make their money other ways, is meaningless. What would be more meaningful is to cut their health insurance. Okay, let's just cut out providing health insurance for the Congress. Why don't we do that? I bet you that would save millions and millions of dollars. I don't think it'll save billions. I don't know. But whatever. They are clueless. They are liars. And it's time that everybody takes a moment to get the facts and share them. So go on congress.gov. You can see their CR resolution and you can see the Democrats' CR resolution. Yeah, and if you don't understand it, because some of this is like crazy, mind-boggling bullshit when you try to read it through it, then go on AI and ask it to be explained. Always double check AI though, because they often get it wrong. But you with your own eyes can go through the document. You can ask, find on this page, find on this whatever document and see there's nothing. There's zero. They're just lying and lying and lying. And not new, obviously. But in order to fight back, we need the truth at our fingertips. And it's there, right there. The CR is available for any American to see and any American to read. And that's all I can say to you now. Do your homework, share, And hopefully, I would ask you to spread this video, because maybe that will be enough for a lot of people. Who knows? It won't be enough for Republicans, but at this point, they're lost cause anyway. So, okay, so that's my short TED talk on the CR resolution by the Democrats. Yes, they're fighting for us. And get it straight, Republicans are not. So thanks. Come back. See you soon.